Everything is working, and I'm officially live. Great. So this is the first time I've gone live without sending any notification directly to any of my subscribers. So let's see how long it takes for people to actually show up. I'm thinking it's going to be a minute. I'm hoping it will, because this is a little bit of an experiment here. So let's go ahead and do this. Add notifications wanted. Let's go. Wow, still at none. Oh my God. All right, let's see what happens here. Is that actually the right link? I hope it is. No, that is not the right link. That is the wrong link. There we go. People are finally pouring in. How's it going? I was trying to see how long if I put no notification anywhere and I just slipped in live immediately. How long until people showed up? Turns out roughly a minute. So we have a minute delay between when I go live and when it slips into y'all's feed. That seems to be it. Can you tell I'm tired? I had a long night. Okay, so thank you for the congrats on 40K. This is the 40K live stream. And as I said in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, join this discussion. The main topic of discussion today will be Fruity Loops versus Lucky Charms. Personally, I'm a Fruity Loops guy. I don't like marshmallows in my cereal. That's dessert stuff. Get it out of here. But that's just my opinion. And no, Captain Crunch is wrong. Captain Crunch tastes delicious, but it makes your mouth bleed. So I'm not a big fan of it. Lucky Charms is not the way to go. Cocoa Puffs is delicious, but once again, that is not breakfast. Actually, none of these cereals we've talked about are a good breakfast at all. For breakfast today, I had a fruit cup and I had a bunch of leftover turkey meat from turkey tacos. I might need to change my diet a good amount. Cookie Crisps, get out of here. That is not... Oh, Jesus Christ. You people are insane. Who eats eggs for breakfast? Many people. It's a good way to start your day. Frosted Flakes are indeed underrated. They're great. Yeah. So getting into it, getting serious. Okay. We hit 40K here. I'm ecstatic about it. The growth has been utterly ridiculous. I think 100K by the end of the year is a bit optimistic because yes, the growth rate recently is amazing, but the way growth on channels works is it peaks and valleys. So I'm not assuming every month is going to be 10K. I'm hoping 70 to 80K by the end of the year. That's my goal. And if I hit that, I will be extraordinarily happy. And I just want to say thank you again, to everyone who supported the channel, who's liked, subscribed, and shared, especially because you're why I'm here. You're why I've gotten here. I wouldn't be if it wasn't for you all. It looks like I put my light in timeout, like he pushed against the wall. He was a bad light who caused weird blue-red sightings. Pips is good. He is currently, last time I saw, asleep on my bed, and I don't think you guys want me to wake him up for this. He needs his sleep because last night between 3 and 5 a.m., he apparently was fighting ghosts because I didn't see what he was freaking out about, but he sure was freaking out. Yeah, that was no fun. But yeah, it's been an amazing journey getting to 40K, I guess is the way to put it. And I just want to say thanks again and get another live stream out there. I'm hoping I can keep doing another 10K live stream every month. I plan on live streaming every month regardless, but if it's always like a 10K new, then that's amazing. Let's just keep doing that. I'm reaching, well, okay. There's always these comments that I'm always like, I'm flattered and I'm concerned. So I just want to say, let's get into the fantasy talk here. I have been a little behind for some reviews I wanted to get out. I've been reading less because how busy I am, and I apologize for that. But I also wanted to do more TV reviews. And unfortunately, I wanted to do an episode by episode review of Good Omens, but I didn't have a whole lot to say. Like, but my feeling on Good Omens was it was solid, it was good, but I sat down to do a recording of an episode, and I was like, I don't know what to say about this episode. So I sat down to do a recording of the first season, and I legitimately just didn't have enough to say about the first season. Like, it was fine. I thought it was fun. It was kooky, and everyone's performance was good, but I didn't have a whole lot to say outside of that. So I think it's mainly because I liked the Good Omens book, but I wasn't like emotionally invested in the book that much. And so the TV show, I was like, yeah, it's serviceable. And Pips is making a funny noise. Um, so that's kind of just why I didn't do a full review. Pips, what is wrong, man? I'd be concerned, but he makes these noises like 23 hours a day. You guys only get the good Pips, the edited down Pips. You don't get the the 4 a.m, let's have some fun Pips that I am constantly being woken up by. Yeah, I agree. With Good Omens, the humor didn't translate super great. It was like, I don't know, I'd give it like a 6 out of 10. You know what I mean? It was all right. Pips knows we're talking about him. Yeah, maybe. He has like satellite ears big time. Like, I know every cat moves their ears a lot, but he does not move without adjusting his ears, and it makes him seem much more intelligent than he is, because he's actually a pretty stupid cat in my opinion. Like, not to insult him, but he's kind of dumb, and he's just always moving those ears around him. It makes him intelligent, because you say something and he's like, okay, I'm interested. But in reality, he runs headfirst into walls multiple times a day. I don't know why he continues to do this behavior, but he will continue to do this behavior. Yeah. So let me go ahead and just go over quick future for the channel updates. I know people here watching these live streams, they want to know. So we're definitely going doing some re-reviews from books that I first reviewed in the channel that deserve their own dedicated reviews. But for series, it'll probably just be series reviews, like a whole Stormlight review up until now, instead of going back and doing every book, because I don't want to be so repetitive that I do every book. But I do want to go back and actually restart cat.exe. I like you as a person. So I'm thinking like I'm going to do a couple more versus videos in the future. Maybe not bringing back the whole fantasy character tournament was such a, when I thought about bringing it back and I announced it, people were so not interested that I think the whole tournament might be a bad idea, because I want to commit to something that could end up sinking the channel in terms of like algorithm, because that's something I have to worry about. So I think instead, just every now and then verse videos would probably be the more way to do that. And maybe I'll like throw up a bracket at the end to be like, hey, here's what's happening, but not make it a like, I mean, for a while, the versus videos were like 90% of the content on my channel. And I'm just worried if I did that again, it would screw up the wave I'm clearly riding in the so many people want to see Pips. Guys, I don't want to drag him out of bed. He's very resistant to being moved. He'll let me pick him up, but he's a bit upset about it. Thank you for saying I'm awesome. You're awesome. Yeah, freak. Yeah, I'm not freak in a bad way. Freak for me is a very complimentary term. All the way back to high school friend things. We call each other freaks all the time. Yeah, I'm gonna let Pips sleep. He needs it after his fight with ghosts at 3 in the morning. You can go to the bed. No, I cannot, because my mics are hooked up. My camera is all set up. I cannot pick that up. You're not on my phone, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and dive into your comments here. A whole lot of Pips talk. I get it. A lot of it is Saturday, and I'm very excited about that, because, dude, this week took it out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I was really struggling by the end of it, and that was just, it wasn't even like work was super hard. But you ever just have a week where like from the first day it's just off, and you just can't, like, you don't have the momentum starting going forward? It was me all week, and I think it was because of the move the week before kind of just ended up taking out of me. But in case you guys did miss the announcement, I am doing a Lightbringer reread currently. So if you want to go ahead and jump on that, I'm doing it in collaboration with Orbit Books. Brent Weeks knows my name, apparently. That's really awesome. And I am about a quarter to a third of the way through The Black Prism. So go ahead and jump on board if you'd like to. Daniel Greene, you should coordinate with Nablus. Be a team, man. We've worked together in the past, and we'll work together again in the future, my guy. For sure. I mean, he and I we walk such a similar vein here, which is kind of unavoidable, and we live close to each other. So we have a Watt talk together, and I know we're both really busy guys, but we've definitely been talking about doing another one. And in fact, speak of the devil. Oh man, I didn't see you had one scheduled for 11 to 12:30. I apologize about that. I didn't mean to step on your toes, man. No, this is just the time where I was like able to do it because I'm going to be doing a lot of tutoring and stuff later in the weekend for coding stuff. Let me see. Can you tell us about your book? You're good. I didn't mean to step on your toes. I will return. I will make sure in the future we collaborate. It's funny though that right as someone brought you up, you started throwing a comment in. That's funny. I'm actually like, man, okay. Someone said something I wanted to get to. What was it? What did they say? Oh God, let's see. Someone said something. Jesus, I'm bad at this. I'm so bad at live streaming. Let me see. Did you see? Okay, let's just move on because I'm not gonna be able to find it, and we might as well go on. But yeah, so doing the Reread Lightbringer. Definitely want to collab with Nablus again in the future. Didn't mean to step on his live stream. Sorry about that. And there's also a few more announcements that'll be coming in official videos soon. It is payback for you suggesting I pay Oliver. There you go. Boom, we're even. So big announcement that no one outside of like my inner circles really know. But I will be announcing an official video soon. I am getting into narrating audiobooks. I'm going to order a bunch of really much nicer sound equipment, which is on its way. And I'm already contracted through the months of July and August to record one audio book. I'm not sure if I can say what it is yet, but I will when I will learn by the time I make the official announcement in the video. But yeah, I will be narrating a book. You can have my sultry tones going through a series. And I plan on, if I enjoy it and I'm good at it, making this something I do regularly in the future. So I'm pumped. It should be a fun experiment. I'm honestly, like, if I'm being completely real, a little bit nervous because I'm severely dyslexic, and reading out loud when I was in grade school was like one of my biggest fears, like of all time. But I got over that by wanting to get into debate and public speaking, and I love conquering fears. So next up will be just flat out reading audiobooks for for money. So that'll be interesting. I'm hoping it goes well because I can see it being something I really love and want to do for greater time. Let's see. Says Matthew, I think you mean Michael Kramer offer lessons. No, he does not, but there are really good places online, educational resources for you to go into. I'm so tempted to like record the whole book in my annoying newscaster voice and just be like, he entered the room and marched towards the goal. But I feel like that would be a really bad way to approach this and piss off an author who's paying me money. I am extraordinarily excited for Cyberpunk 2077. Not very often do games grab my attention, I'm going to be honest, anymore. But when I do find a game I love, I end up sinking a lot of time into it. It's like one a year. Last year it was Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm thinking next year it's going to be Cyberpunk 2077. Because one, it looks incredible, and I love sci-fi settings like that. It is breathtaking, and two, it's got Keanu freaking Reeves. And that man, as we all know, is a national treasure. I remembered the comment earlier. I forget who said it, but you asked me about any updates for my book, and what that is going to be is announced tomorrow. You're getting a whole another video about what historical resources and time periods and things I'm pulling from, pretty much more detailed and more extraordinary. So people are saying Keanu Reeves for Lan. So in my casting video, where it's one of my most viewed videos, where I talked about your all's suggestions for casting Lan, people of course said Keanu Reeves and stuff on that level, and I talked about that, and that was great. The amount of comments I got from people who are like, these castings are unrealistic, these people are too famous. how can you not get we're having fun? Like, we're just like throwing out what we think would be the best. It's not like about realism, because if it was about realism, we'd have to be going into like C-list actors who are looking for their big break to get into the A-list. So, duh. I don't know. That just kind of like was like, really? You're that much of a buzzkill? Buzz McKillington? I don't know. Just sub, love your content. Thank you, Zachary. I love you. Let's move in together. Be my roommate. Let's start a business. Oh, I got a super chat. Thank you so much. Do you think I should start my own channel on the Wheel of Time content? Absolutely. I will always encourage people who have the desire to be content creators to at least give it a shot. And the way you should approach it, in my opinion, is to say, I want to do just like one video. And then after your video's up, I want to do a week of making content. And then after that's gone by, I want to do a month. And if you hit the month and you're still having to tell yourself, I'm only going to do 6 months, then maybe back off, think about what you're doing, think about what you want to change. Don't give up, but maybe reevaluate your approach. But it's really important, in my opinion, to start with a formula, start with something you're interested in, and then try to find your voice as fast as possible and try to grow from there. I hope this advice is worth the super chat. Thank you so much for that. But it's anyone who has the even least bit curiosity for creating content, I will encourage you to do so, because even if you don't blow up and start making money off it, at least you can have a creative outlet that I at least personally find immensely satisfying. So that's my opinion on that. I think my biggest problem as a content creator is lack of consistency currently, because I know my tone, depending on the video, massively shifts back and forth. I mean, sometimes I'm coming through with just humor and fast edits and all this stuff. And then sometimes I'm coming through with these minimal edits, much more sober tone. And I think that throws some people off. I certainly get comments from people who are like, this video is a lot different than I'm used to. Like this one's, and I'm always a little like, sorry, it just depends on my mood in the day. And, I want to always kind of just not feel like I'm forcing myself to behave a certain way. So I'm going to keep having alternative tones, but I might try and find a more consistent editing style. But that's just, that's my current thoughts. These are the things you got to think about. Thank you so much, Carrie. Oh man, I'm missing so many good questions here. Let's see. Dustin Willis. So you're writing a book, recording an audiobook, recording YouTube videos, and a normal job. You, sir, are a superhero. No, I'm tired. I'm a workaholic and I'm tired. There's a pretty big difference, but I do absolutely love what I do. And I think that's one of the main reasons I am able to do so much. Let's see. Oh, Nablus. Hey, how's it going? But you just at me, bro. I will respond to you. You don't need to keep throwing money at my face when you get another collab done soon. You should absolutely make a channel. Yes, you should, to the guy who asked me earlier. The more Watt YouTubers, the better. I agree. High tides raise all ships, and let's make this community help each other grow. And Daniel, loved your 90 video. I love all your videos, man. You have a great sense of humor that comes through. I love your dry humor. From Steven. Congrats on 40K. Thoughts on David Gimmel's work, if you've read it. If not, try out Ragnet series. I have not, but that one I've heard of. It's been brought up multiple times. I can't tell you where it's on my list right now because I recently did another list purge. But I will definitely keep an eye out for that one as well. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. And yeah, 40K has been something. If you told me a year ago I'd be hitting now, I would not believe you. Best Stephen King adaptation, without question. It is The Shining, in my opinion. I love Shawshank Redemption. Do not get me wrong. I like Carrie. I love Misery. But for me, The Shining is the greatest horror movie. So therefore, I think it is Stephen King's greatest adaptation. But so, okay, it's from Andrew Cox. He mentioned Black Company. Here's the thing. I started Black Company twice. And both times I DNF'd it. Not because I hated it, but I don't know. Well, I didn't have the momentum going through, and it was happening so slowly. So I had to push through, and I didn't want to review it unless I was able to really read it with a enthusiasm I know that deserves, which may not make sense. But there's times where you read a book and you just don't absorb it as much as you should because you're not able to really invest yourself and dig yourself in. And with Black Company, I'm having trouble doing that. So I'm going to give it a third try. And if it's not happening for the third try, then I'm just going to push through and do my best to do a review. So that's my thoughts on that currently. And the weird turnaround that is, how my review process. Um, just read 11/22/63. Wow, what an amazing book. I think it's Stephen King's most underrated book. I would easily put it up there with the likes of The Shining. I would put it up there with all of Dark Tower. 11/22/63 for me was easily as good, if not maybe even a little bit better than it. I loved it. And I loved 11/22/63 is what I mean, not God damn it. Why is a book named It? That's so frustrating. But yeah, I love 11/22/63. I think every Stephen King fan should read it. Let's see, from the Beastie Binster. That's a great name. I'm having a weird sense of deja vu. Didn't you just hit 30K? I did, and it's been an insane month. Also, any books similar to the First Law that you would recommend? Well, if you want to read alongside me, I'm doing a Lightbringer reread. I think there's a good bit of crossover of taste between Lightbringer and First Law, but not quite enough for me to say that if you love First Law, you'll love Lightbringer. But if I was going to recommend one series off of First Law that would be just as good as a tall order for that. That's a good question. See, the thing is, like, you just hit a gold standard. So, like, where do you go from a gold standard for Grimdark? If you're looking for Grimdark, I really am warming more and more on the Poppy War, which I read last year and really liked. I think it's very, very different than First Law. But in terms of Grimdark, I would say it's just as good Grimdark fantasy, if that's what you're going for. If you're going for as good character work as First Law, and not just Grimdark, but the character work, then I might push you towards Lightbringer. Let's see, from Tracy. How's it going, Tracy? Let's see, fuel-based versus inherent talent magic system. That's a good one. That's a good question. I think it comes down to execution in the world. Like, I can't say one is better than the other because, like, in a world like Mistborn, it combines both very well. Whereas in a world like, I think they're almost always a little bit of both. I don't think I can't think of many magic systems that are good that are 100% one or the other. I think the best magic systems are a blend. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm crazy, but at least that's what my brain is telling me right now. From Stubble McShave, one of the guys who's been around for ages. How you doing? I think what TV series will have a presence at Comic-Con. I was just talking about that with somebody, and I think you're right, because Amazon has not been pushing it at all recently. I did get confirmation that poll that we all helped sway did shake some boots. So what I'm hoping is that when they do finally start marketing it, it's going to be a blitz, because there's different kinds of marketing strategies. You can have the long burn where you just kind of have a long investment over a long period of time, or you can kind of shrink it and just do a massive amount of marketing in a short period of time before it's released. I actually personally prefer the latter. I like the latter approach. I like to just have everyone be aware of it, because I feel like people might get sick of it if you just, kind of do a more slow burn. So I'm hoping they do the latter, and I think they might start with Comic-Con. That's my theory anyway. Another one from the Beastie Binster. Awesome. I'm up to date on Lightbringer series. Looking forward to the last book. Me too. A lot. I think then I would just push you to the Poppy War, which is from R.F. Kang. I can't say her last name right. But it's really, really good. And apparently a lot of people want you to read Berserk, which is on my list, I think, soon. It's not manga, anime manga. It's one of those things, correct? I think so. But it is on my list, and it's one that I'll start researching before I start reading pretty soon. I don't understand so many memes that are clearly so present right now, because I see so many things in here that make absolutely no sense to me. So, okay. My throat is raw, guys. I've had a rough week, and you're seeing it. These eyes. This is a result of a rough week. I did also make an investment in some props for the channel that will be in videos starting next week, and I'm excited to see what you all think of these props, because I think they'll be great. And actually later today, I'm going to be putting a lot of time and effort, many hours, into a video that I'm hoping you all like. But tomorrow, Sunday, is tomorrow Sunday is a book update video. Nablus, buddy, You're making me um, you're making me blush here. Let's see the super chat's coming. Let's make Daniel B. Greene a full-time YouTuber. Moving is expensive. Super chat GoFundMe. I'm on the road to being a full-time YouTuber. I think by the end of the year, I will make a decision on that. It's a risk I do not take lightly, and it largely depends on my financial situation, which is not something that's a burden on you all. That is a burden on me because I need to budget. I need to get everything in ready, and I need to stop moving, which is something that every time has obliterated my savings. I also had money stolen from me that I just got back actually this morning, which was a huge relief. Thank you to Beastie Binster. You don't need to only do super chats if you feel the need and you don't feel pressured into it and you can afford it. All of those things. My God, man. You're hilarious. Thank you. But also remember that YouTube takes a cut. I appreciate it immensely. But I did have money stolen from me. I'm not going to, because I got it back, Nameless is pressuring me into being a full-time YouTuber. I appreciate it. Trust me, it's a dream, and I want it. They did give me the money back after a lot of phone calls and pressure. So I'm not going to drop a name or do like a review of the apartment complex and try to get people to like spam their ratings anywhere or anything like that. But I had to get vocally loud repeatedly with people who would not return money, gave me false charges, told me it'd get refunded, then drained the account it was in and told me, oh, no, it's not there. So after a few more calls, a couple more very intense conversations, I just got the money back. Very excited about that. Big relief. And it's over. And I'd rather just move on and let it be in the past and just be relaxed that I have the money that I needed for budgeting back. Money is so stressful. Oh my God. Thank you. Food for Pips. I will make sure that $10 goes to buying him the best wet food that money can buy for a cat. So thank you so much, Stephen. Hashtag full time. I don't know what DKK is. Is that someone needs to educate me on what DKK is? I'm not sure what that is. Thank you so much. I hope I regardless of the amount, it means the world, and I appreciate it so much. Hunter XX, and there's so many. What currency is DKK? Danish Kronos, Danish crowns. Okay. Pips needs some catnip. I have tried so hard to make that cat a drug addict. I have offered him catnip in the plant form, in like the weird weed looking powder form, in the like toy form where he plays with it, and he refuses to ever mess with it. Ever. Like the guy is, every cat I've ever met is like a drug addict. If you put catnip in front of them, they'll rub it in their face. They'll like just go ham. And Pips is just nonstop. I love Jesus, so leave me alone. Like he refuses to. And he's such a weird little guy. He won't do drugs. I respect him for it. Whoops, wrong button. Love to watch your video. Thank you so much, Cedric Wilson. I appreciate it. If you guys want, you can also throw in like, oh my gosh. Please read the Berserk manga, not the anime. The anime never did the manga justice. That is on my list. I promise you, Atilia LD, and I will be getting to that. Much appreciated for the NOK 50. I don't know what NOK is either. I need to read up on currency. Nameless, you started something here, and I appreciate it. Thank you, man. I'm getting also bombarded with text messages. My friends telling me I got an all caps, "Hey, let me in" from Maddie, but that's from a while ago. I took care of that. She's not locked outside. Yeah. Okay. So no one's telling me like, oh, you can see illegal things in the background or something. I appreciate you guys so much. I have the best audience. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate the support immensely, more than I think you guys can know. Which I always, like, when I heard a content creator say that, I always thought like, oh, they're placating me. They're just saying whatever to try and build up hype. But it's such a strange feeling to be someone like me who grew up with horrendous anxiety, mild depression, so insecure. And the only time I would feel any kind of accomplishment was in debates and things like that when I won, and then turn around and have it so that people are enjoying content you create, who like it, who agree with you and disagree with you, but are just there because they like something you're creating. I mean, it's the first time in my life I felt uh, real pride in something I'm creating, and it's awesome, and it's all because of you. You guys gave me that, and I appreciate it so much. It's I didn't have a hard life growing up compared to most, but I had some bad things, and I don't know. The recent years have helped me so much. Yeah. Sorry, bleeding fish, you got censored. YouTube's censoring on these things now is so crazy. Yeah, basically, if you say anything that can be construed, all you said was bag of white powder, and you got censored. Which, okay, maybe I get that one a little bit, but I've seen people say like frick and they get censored. So that's just what that is. But yeah, thank you guys so much for giving me something that I love. I have no idea what I'd be doing with my time if I if I wasn't a YouTuber, to be completely honest. Like, there's so much time in the day, and I don't understand what most people do with it. Because like I get home from work at 5, I eat dinner, I record, edit, and upload until like 9, 10, and then I got like a full hour of like maybe go to the gym. Like, it's a whole hour of just me time. And I guess that's because I'm a psychotic worker. For me, that whole hour is more than enough to do other things. Thank you, Brian, for saying I'm doing great. That makes me think like I'm, is that like a, you're doing great? Or is that like a, you're doing great, buddy? Um, oh man, you can do like little emotes and stickers. Holy crap. Also, thank you so much for the KA $, Canadian currency. I don't know, man. But also thank you so much. That's amazing. What would you do different if you became a full-time YouTuber? Oh, the quality of the videos and the topics I covered would skyrocket. The types of videos I would do would change also. I want to be doing more of those magic system and world and history deep dives into these fantasy series, but they take up an crazy amount of time to do. I mean, doing one of those videos takes, instead of the 4 to 6 hours that one of my normal videos takes, would take more like 10 to 12. So if I was doing this full time, I would absolutely just up the level of content. I would be doing those videos where I know you guys really want, where I would do a Malazan history explained, a Lightbringer magic system deeply explained, not just like I shallowly did once. Mistborn, complete character analyses, things like that, because I'd have 10, 12 hours a day to just research, take notes, do all this stuff. Whereas if, I'm doing what I am now and I love doing daily uploads, I'm much more limited to just basically covering what I can manage to squeeze into that time. Already adding audiobooks, that's going to be something I have to mainly kind of constrict to the weekends to trying to get that done. And I'd also be probably, if I could do YouTube full time, just doubling down on being an audiobook recorder, a voicer, actor, however you want to phase it as well. Shirtless review. Yep. Nope. Kai R, thank you for the 2 though. From D Smurt, you should do a vid reading in your news voice. I try to like do it minimally in fantasy news because I know that voice can get annoying fast. So I gotta like keep it on the low. How much do you read? Less than I used to, because now now there's just so much going on. I'm maybe averaging like a book a week, whereas opposed to almost be double that, and maybe it's a little less than a book a week now. More Malazan. I feel like I could not open a comment section without seeing Malazan. It's there. It's coming. I'm going to reread and re-review even the first books. So trust me, that's there. And guys, full time is something that I'm thinking about in the pretty distant future, not within the next few months, because this is, one, I am deeply loyal and love the company I work with right now and want to help them until I, as long as I can. And I also, being a full-time YouTuber, even if you have double the subscribers I do, is a massive risk, huge, because it could all disappear. YouTube could take away my channel. All these things that seem to be happening almost randomly to people on the platform. If that happened, I would be screwed. I'm not big enough that anyone would help me get my channel back. That would be something that would be crippling. And I have a decent career outside of this. So throwing, it's something I desperately want. And if I feel safe enough in 6 months, I might start making moves towards, but it's not something that I can consider right now. From Steven, speaking of stuff like that, from Steven, full time, roll the dice. I would love to, and it's probably in the future at some point. Also, seen asked a lot, what do you do for work outside YouTube? If comfortable answering, I am a software engineer at a startup company, which normally would mean that I'm working 12-hour days, but because of the startup I'm working at is so well managed and is so good at what they do, I'm actually working less than with them. I know I'm not. I'm working about the same I'm working with them when I was working for a bigger company. Because they're not in a desperately barely staying above the water. They're pretty comfortable and they're good at what they do, and I love them for giving me the opportunities and being so accommodating for me that they have been. I am in web development for sure. I am currently using React with TypeScript, and it's been I hated. Okay, sorry for the non-coding people out there for a second. I hated TypeScript when I first started using it, and now I absolutely love it. I don't think I'll ever go back to just JavaScript. JavaScript is the worst thing ever, and I hate it, and it should die. TypeScript forever. That's just me. I might have just pissed off a lot of developers because I know there are the fiercely loyal people to JavaScript out there. Are we getting a book update anytime soon? In about 11 hours, you will be getting a full longer than 10-minute update on just about every point and period and idea and battle type from history I will be pulling from. Sneak peek, I don't want to do typical castle fantasy sieges things. I'll be pulling from a different theater of war that I find incredibly interesting. All right. Yo, Daniel, screw everything else in your life up and read the Farseer trilogy. Oh, if you include New Spring, Wheel of Time is longer than Malazan. I just saw a graph where it did page count or word count. And if you include New Spring, Wheel of Time longer than Malazan. So I was under impression that Malazan was longer. I think it is if you include some like side things, but I will get to it. It is doable. This shirt I just bought is so weird and riding up on me. From a fellow dyslexic, from Sean Moonborn. I really hope that's your real last name. That is a dope last name. Speaking as a fellow dyslexic, did dyslexia affect your confidence as a reader? And if so, how did you get past it? P.S. You have gorgeous eyes. P.S. You have a gorgeous last name. It did hugely. I went to therapy for years to get up to speed with my peers, and then I just kept doing all the things I did in therapy to help myself continually get better and better and better. Wait, we can only see comments now, not vid. We can only see comments now, not vid. Can people not see me? Let's see. I need to see if people can see me right now. Say yes if you can see me. I got you. I see you fine. Okay, it looks like it might be just an individual user's problem. Sorry about that, my guy. Okay, having a lot of people say I see you is a little creepy. That's weird, but I like it. All right, so what was the question? Dyslexia. Yeah, so I went to therapy for years and years and years to just get up to speed, and that's why audiobooks were so helpful when I first got started. But okay, guys, you can stop. Holy Christ. Oh my gosh. So yeah, and then I just I'm so competitive, and I'm so, I guess, always wanting to be the best that I just never stopped reading. And I got into debate to make sure I'm great at public speaking, which kind of in my head made up for the lack of being able to read in front of people. But I'm bridging that gap now, getting into narrating audiobooks. So I'm hoping my education with rhetoric and public speaking and debate and my passion for reading can come together for have me do a somewhat decent delivery of audiobooks, which doesn't have a whole lot to do with rhetoric or debate, but it means I'm used to speaking for long periods of time and enunciating when proper. Let's see. Work hard, nerd harder. That's top 10 names I've ever seen on here. That's fantastic. I got to be quick. I want to start Fires of Heaven before work. That's amazing news. Congratulations on the progress in the series. Have you ever considered the Magicians trilogy? Thank you for bringing me to Wheel of Time. I think I have a review of the first Magicians book. Do I not? Let me look into that. And I think I do, my guy. Because the first one of the Magicians trilogy, I need to do some Googling. This is going to require Googling. Have you read the Renia Chronicles before? I have not, but thank you so much. And I have one more in here. Hey man, I like what you do. Have you ever read The Discworld by Terry Pratchett? I read the first book and didn't love it. And everyone's pretty much told me that is the worst book, and it gets better from there. So I will be coming back to it ASAP. And oh my gosh, okay, I lost one here. Okay, the Magicians trilogy. I'm pretty sure I did the first one here. Did I not? Trilogy. 1 second, everybody. It's driving me nuts if I don't. I did not. I have not done this one because this is completely different than I thought. But it's on my radar now, and I will look into it. So thank you. And now to the next guy. Okay, I answered Terry Pratchett. Discworld is coming back for sure because I love everything else aside from Discworld that I've read from Terry Pratchett. So I'm coming back in as quickly as possible to love it. Have you read the Greene Chronicles 4? I have not, but they are also something that is on the radar. And this is from AKA Big Man Geek. Another great name. What's with the great names today? When you go full-time, maybe you should start up Twitch to do monthly book clubs, fantasy / sci-fi video games playthroughs. That's going to be before I'm full-time, my guy. I'm going to be doing probably once a week Twitch sooner rather than later. So that's something that I might be, you'll see near in the future, I'm saying. Let's see here, going on further down. I think I saw more from Nablus, and I don't want to miss anything he says because he knows my deepest, darkest secrets, and he might be putting them out there. He knows about that one thing I did in that one time when that guy got hit. No, I'm kidding. Mort is my favorite Terry Pratchett novel from Sean Sunny. I remember how to say your name, and I will be sure to put that in the list. Have you read Sanderson's Reckoners trilogy? Is that YA? Because if it is, oh no, that's the one with Steelheart, right? That's the one that starts with Steelheart. I read and reviewed the first one, thought it was fine and good, but I have not gone on from there. So that I will be doing maybe more in the future, mainly because everyone loves talking about Brandon Sanderson, and I am hesitant to read YA, but Skyward was so good that it was certainly worth it. Steelheart is YA. I thought so. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it is. So it's not high priority, but it's there. I wish it was my last. Oh, this is from Moonborn coming through. I wish it was my last name. LOL. Would you want to be a caster in the Wheel of Time, even though you know you'll eventually go mad? No, because I have horrible self-control. So that's I would die rather quickly, and I'd probably end up killing a few people too with lack of control. So I'm just gonna say no. I think I'd rather be a warder or just have one of the other of the mini magic systems that are going on. I'd rather be a wolfy boy, mainly because I love dogs. I love Degs so much. The Beastie Master again. Man, oh my gosh. Why are you live streaming when you have so much reading to do? LOL. Also, I'm broke now. Can I get an F in the chat? Congrats on 40K. Only give me what you can afford. New rule for the channel. I hope you're joking. Thank you so much for the congrats. And I will be doing reading later today, as well as more absolutely more videos and editing, which I love, but sometimes it's just an avalanche. Just describe based off your review of Brandon Sanderson. Looking forward to seeing everything you do in the future. Thank you so much, man. Noah, everyone I've ever met named Noah is like an extraordinarily nice person. So I'm just going to assume you're in the same basket. And yeah, Brandon, I mean, it's without question, Brandon Sanderson. By the way, guys, if you don't mind, hit like on the live stream. I've been told recently that live streams, if they get liked on, it helps them demonstrably more than just liking standard videos. If you wouldn't mind supporting it, thank you. But yeah, Brandon, I don't back the people who say Brandon's the greatest fantasy author of all time yet, but I don't back the people who say he's not. I am in the camp that let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what the Cosmere turns out to be. Let's wait and see what he's able to do. And if he continually puts out things as good as Mistborn, Era 1, and Stormlight for the remainder of his life, the next 40 plus years of his career, I think the argument of him being the GOAT is a real thing. Right now, no, he's just getting started, but I love what I'm seeing so far. That's my stance right there. Daniel, please read the Empire trilogy on your radar. Trust me, it's there. There's like 50 things on my radar, but that one is there. And thank you so much. We got $1 coming through from Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. We got from Kenneth Murray. Thank you so much for the $9.99. Have you read any lit RPG? No. It's a newish kind of genre of a mix between fantasy and sci-fi where people are playing or transported into video games. Ready Player One is the most mainstream one. Oh, okay. I've read Ready Player One. So, yes, I've read that. And it was good. I liked Ready Player One, but I don't know. Ready Player One was not outstanding. It's something that I've soured on a little bit. The further I've gotten away from it, I still think it's good. But having a few things pointed out to me about it kind of soured me a little bit here and there on Ready Player One. I'll still defend it though. It's still quality. But I'm not aware of the genre. I will look into it because it does sound interesting. We got another 2 from Matthew McCurry. Sandman Slim, greater than Dresden Files. I've never heard of Sandman Slim, which people might give me crap for. But Dresden Files is good, so that is high praise. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I was having to clear up chat a little bit here. I think we're good now. And let's see, do I have any more? Okay, I think I got everyone who super chatted. I have like a fear of not getting everyone who super chatted, though my super chat did just freeze. So yay. I hope everyone can still see me. The Ready Player One movie was so different. Yeah, the Ready Player One movie, I don't know. It's like they completely missed the point of the book, because the point of the book was largely about like, hey, let's go away from hollow nostalgia and hollow just like surface level reading. Let's go deeper. And the movie was 100% like, let's just do surface level stuff. I need to get. Can one of my moderators message me on Discord and let me know if I'm still visible, because the chat is completely frozen for me. So if you can see me, great. But I'm a little bit concerned now. Actually, I'm just going to go to the general on Discord, and if people can still see me, just let me know there. Can y'all? Okay, you can see me. Good. Thank you, Johan. Johan's on top of the game. I wish this live chat would work, but I'm sorry. I can't see anything. Thank you, Justin, for texting me that I'm visible. Let's see. Oh, I can now actually, now that it's stopped, read some normal comments and see what's going on. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Where was the one I was looking at? Have you seen Good Omens? Yes, I talked about at the beginning of the stream. I wasn't super thrilled by it. Have you ever read Divine Trilogy? No. Let's see. Currently on book 5 of Wheel of Time. Any tips/advice? Keep going, my guy. What if I can I force this to do let's just do live chat. And then I think I'm forcing it to do, no guys, the chat is completely down, unfortunately for me here. That sucks. That really sucks. I think that's a sign that I should go ahead and stop, and we'll pick up another time, and I will jump in the Discord and talk with some of y'all there. I'm sorry about that. I'm really sorry about that. That's unfortunate, because I was having a good time and we were rolling on through. But hey, technology breaks. As a software engineer, I can claim to that. All technology is a house of cards. Most people don't know how most things work, and I don't know how a lot of the things I've created have worked. But yeah, like and subscribe if you've just been here and you're new to the chat. Thank you so much for coming in and swinging by and looking at my face. And I will see you tomorrow with a book update that I hope you guys are interested in checking out. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.